just hope you don't drop one, and you're just inevitably gonna drop some of them. Don't drop yours. If it was hard for you because it's not what you usually do, then that's fine. $100,044.07.
Oh, I can't wait to beat this game.
There is a lot of mental and emotional pull on you when you're going through this. I don't know. It's just hard to be like, I don't even know. Like, I don't know how to talk about this. Maybe we need to, I don't know. Lots of lessons learned recently in our lives.
I would say the one word to describe it all is just, as anybody probably knows that's gone through the process, is draining. Look out!
December, November, October. What the heck? I never did cancel the subscription. It has literally been going through every 3 months, and I haven't used it in
7 years.
Oh my gosh. It hasn't been that
Like,
long.
can we just have one day where we don't forget about something that goes
I know. Like, oh my goodness. I wish I could fix this.
No, I'm not even close. It was so much better. Why are you going that way?
Like, there's a lot of space at the top of our heads, but that's okay. We'll do it how you like it. Let's zoom it in just a little bit. Is that better? Okay. You guys, I got a new little cat figurine. It's really cute. It looks just like my cat. Do you see it?
That is so cool.
Yeah. Oh, it moved. That was the least creative thing I've ever done. Oh, I should take my gum out. Okay, here we go.
Tap it up and vibrate the countertop.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up?
Welcome to the vlogcast today.
Oh, that's what we need to do when we get done.
What?
Merch.
Well, but
We started working on it last week.
so there's a time in life, there are some weeks where you just like literally feel like you have so many balls in the air and you just hope you don't drop one, and you're just inevitably gonna drop some of them. Don't drop yours.
Making sure they're still there.
Anytime there's like, the routine is off a little bit, I feel like I get a little bit more like scattered and crazy, although I feel like we've handled things being scattered and crazy way better than we ever have in our lives. Gaines is finally back at school. She was out for an entire week with the flu, hanging on to the fever forever. So she was great and wonderful and fine being here, but you just always kind of feel like you gotta, obviously you gotta take care of her. Like, you feel like you gotta take care of your sick kid. But you know, you don't wanna just like leave her sitting there by herself all day. So yeah. I feel like things have not been running on regular routine. Plus we had an open house for selling our house. So we were doing a lot of things to get ready for that, and we just keep coming up with other things that we want to change about stuff.
And a showing. The hour before the open house.
Oh yeah,
which I'm not complaining about.
No,
but it was just like, do you not see that there's an open house in literally
like,
an hour?
come on in an hour when we're ready. But
we have to get our dogs out and
yeah, we had to leave a little early. So things in life are just a little bit unpredictable and all that right now, which is, it's fine. It is life and it is what it is. But I feel like we're finally just kind of like gathering our thoughts again from the past week of things being crazy mentally and physically, and like Cullen killed it in the yard. Killed it. Like, your body is
well, the backyard. Y'all saw the front yard that we did with the pine straw. I was so confused about the pine straw.
Should we explain this? Because people were so confused.
Yeah.
You acted like you had something else to say though. Did you want to say something else first?
I was just gonna say, got the backyard cleaned up.
We were on the same train of thought. Okay, the pine straw. People were like, well, why are you putting pine straw over your grass? How are you gonna do that? So like, the long story short is that it's actually very common where we are. I think maybe places where you guys are, y'all tend to do like mulch or rocks in natural area, but we don't really, nobody really does rocks or pebbles here, I don't think. But we do mulch in some areas. It just kind of depends on the neighborhood, and this is a very pine straw neighborhood, I think, because there's a lot of pine trees. But when there's a lot of trees, grass doesn't grow very well, and the majority of the yards in this neighborhood have tons of trees. Like, that's one of the things people like about this neighborhood is all the trees. So there are areas of people's yards that
Natural areas.
They're called natural areas, AKA dirt, because grass won't really grow there. And so people will like add a little bush or like some flowers and then have some pine straw, or they'll just put pine straw around the trees to cover up the dirt, or mulch. But I don't think people really even do mulch here in this area, do they? Some people were talking about how that's so high maintenance, and it's actually lower maintenance because it's part of your grass that you don't have to cut. You just kind of have to kill weeds and replenish it every now and then. Like, we won't have to do what we did refilling the whole front yard. Should we still be here, that won't need to happen again until probably like fall. You just kind of keep it filled in and stuff in the meantime. So,
and it doesn't blow away in the wind.
Yeah, it doesn't blow away. It all kind of just solidifies itself in there.
Stays.
And it just looks prettier than a bunch of dirt and like old leaves and old branches and whatever else.
Looks fresh.
Yes, fresh. So that's what that was all about. That's what we did that for.
Opened it up in the backyard, took some trees out with a little chainsaw action and hedge trimmed and cut. I got one of those extender poles that
I don't know how you cut all the stuff down that you did. Like, you killed it. It's just crazy looking out there and realizing how much of a difference it makes to take down like a few bushes, a couple little small trees and some branches, and it opens it up. I'm like, oh my gosh, we have this huge massive backyard. Like, we're about to be able to like play in our backyard.
We should have done this sooner.
Let's throw some sod down and get out here. I came up with an area. We're gonna get some pavers and make a fire pit, all this stuff. It's just been interesting as we've kind of like gone through the different stages of getting our house ready. I feel like we've kind of bonded with the house and with different spaces of the house in a way that we haven't at all.
Well, and it's that good energy, like some of y'all said in the comments, like people can feel the negative or positive energy when they walk into a house. I feel like we've gotten more positive energy in the house.
Right now your energy
My energy is
not
so, I am so tired and my body is just tired. Dead. And I don't know, I was gonna say something about manual labor, but never mind.
It's okay for you to feel like your manual labor is different than somebody else's. I just talked about this in my podcast. You say what you want to say, and don't worry that somebody's going to judge you because their manual labor is harder than yours is. If it was hard for you because it's not what you usually do, then that's fine.
Well, that hauling the trees and cutting the trees and hauling the trees and raking the leaves and all that, that was the stuff. But like we were saying in the last video, that putting pine straw out was manual labor, and how if we think that's manual labor, blah blah blah. I don't know. I feel like growing up, I did my fair share of manual labor with fireplace rounds and wrought iron doors and all
it's that kind of thing. Like when you, for example, have a bad day and somebody else is like, "Oh, will you share about my day? Well, this happened to me." Well, I'm sorry that that was your day, but it doesn't change the fact that my day was hard for me. Whether something's hard for you because like of your little issues in a day, just because somebody else had a worse day doesn't mean you shouldn't feel like yours is bad. So some of those comments I saw the other day, I was kind of like, they just kind of rubbed me the wrong way of like, I can't believe y'all are like complaining that you had to lay pine straw, which we weren't complaining. We were just expressing that for us, who our job is not doing manual things, we do this, which doesn't require us like lifting and bending and doing all that stuff. And so for us, it was like hard on our bodies because we're not used to it. So
I think it was just mentally, you know, like we said, like in the past we would have paid somebody to do it. And so it was like the title
seeing what other people
says, humbling and
so I just think that it doesn't discount the fact that it like your body's tired from doing the stuff you want to do. I mean, you had to do, and just because somebody else may have like, you know, cut down 17 big 20-foot trees yesterday, that doesn't mean that your body doesn't hurt today. Right. So I don't know, those types of things. A little bit of a soapbox there, sorry about that. Anyways, we spent some time last night talking about the house and how we feel like, you know, the whole positive energy thing. Like, I feel like the kids have all of a sudden felt more comfortable in the house, bonded with different areas of the house, set up their little like stations, and we've set up some different areas for them to play and all that, as we're kind of trying to utilize the spaces to show how you can use the house as we're showing it. I mean, we definitely still want to move and don't want a house this big, but last night we were like, well, dang, now that we like know what we can use all this space for, let's keep it. But that's not our plan. We definitely still do want to sell our house. There is a lot of mental and emotional pull on you when you're going through this, because it's like at any minute somebody could say they want to come see the house, and you know, you got to clean up and get out of the house, and it just interrupts your flow. Like, there's no regulation of the fact that this is what your day is going to be like. And then the ups and downs of, well, did they like it or did they not like it, or is somebody gonna make an offer? Just all the planning stuff that we've talked about before. So it's hard. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, do we just keep it on the market, or do we take a break, or like, what do we do?
Yeah, just the not knowing is really mentally stressful. Like she said, the random pop-in showings that can randomly occur. Like, that's why some of the videos have been up at 10 p.m. because it'll literally take 2 hours out of your day. And then you got other things you got to do with the kids and everything. We were talking about how do people do it that don't work from home with these showings, because I don't know how we would do it other than having your house ready. But then you've got the dogs that you'd have to come and get. You'd have to have your house show ready every morning before you left for work.
Which we can kind of
props to anybody out there that's not at work, that doesn't work from home, that has to have showings.
And I know you can put in your description that you require 24 hours notice or whatever, which we obviously haven't done, because we're like, if you want to come on, we'll make it work at this point. But I mean, I know you can do that, and so that's probably what some people do. But
true.
I mean, there's pros and cons, because it's like, if you have to leave your house show ready every day and then you and your kids are gone all day until 6 o'clock at night, then it stays nice and nobody makes a mess until that evening. So, you know, whereas we're here like putting our work stuff all over the counters and like making meals and all that stuff. So like the emotional drain of it is a little bit, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. We probably shouldn't talk about it, because it's just up and down, and I feel bad for the kids too, of like, they're always like, oh, we have somebody else coming to clean, okay, and we have to spend time, coming to clean. We have to clean up, and I don't know. It's just hard to be like, I don't even know. Like, I don't know how to talk about this, because
without sounding like we're complaining.
I'm not complaining, and I'm like incredibly thankful that people are coming through. Obviously, that's how you sell your house, but it's like, I feel like it's been a really long time, and it hasn't to some people. It has to some people. It's just the constant not knowing, and I mean, I've said this before, like not being able to plan. I'm like, if, you know, enrolling kids in preschool next year or whatever, some of that has to be done like this month for different locations that you're going to be at. And it's like, if we don't know where we're going to be, what do I do? You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of emotional and up and down. And I feel like even like yesterday at Sophia's party, I feel like we weren't even fully like present and being the aunt and uncle at the party that we should have been. Like, I don't know, not that we should have been doing anything, but
no,
you know,
but I just didn't feel involved or mentally. I was just not checked in, and I was just like, oh my gosh, because we've been busting our ass for the past 2 days, getting ready for this open house, and then had a showing, like we already said. So it was just,
and just the mental, like, while we're there, we're just thinking like, okay, people are at our house, and people are, you know, then you're at the party and everybody's like, oh, how's the house selling going? Where do you want to move to? And I'm like, I can't have
I didn't have time to take a shower. I smelled like gasoline from the weed eater, and you know, it was just like, ugh, I still haven't taken a shower. I need to go get a shower.
I know. It's just, I mean, and again, like, I don't want people to be like, you shouldn't be complaining. Like, we're not, it's not complaining. We're discussing our emotions and how this all feels right now, and kind of giving you the real life perspective of what it's like on the side of just.
I will say, we did have the opportunity to use some of those gift cards yesterday randomly to go get something to eat, but in between the quick showing, we got a notification that it was over, and the open house, we came home and heated up some corn dogs and ramen.
Yes, we were like, oh, we're exhausted, let's just go stop and get some food. I was like, we have some money in our eating out envelope, we'll just use some of it. And then we were like, oh, those people got done earlier with that showing, let's just run home.
So we had 30 minutes, we ran home, made some ramen, and then the guy for the open house showed up while we were walking out with plates to the car.
Full of food and for the kids and everything. So yeah, that was good. And we were able to still make that good decision.
I would say the one word to describe it all is just, as anybody probably knows that's gone through the process, is draining.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's just draining. It's just draining. Overall,
it is.
Draining.
It is, and it's fine. It's part of life. I know we'll look back on this time in our life and laugh or smile or cringe or whatever, but it is what it is right now, and right now it's draining. It won't always be. I know that. I know it's a phase of life, and we just have to get through it. So we're trying to stay positive and get through it, but at some point you kind of go like, should we do something different? Like, should we make a different decision? Like, I just don't even know.
We've lowered the price
I'm not even, yeah, well, and I'm not even talking about that. I'm just saying, like, maybe, do we take it off the market? Like, maybe we need to, I don't know. I want to still sell it. Like, I want to still sell the house.
I don't need it.
I don't know. All right, back with the new battery. I'm sorry if this is not what you came to watch. These videos are kind of just like our kind of personal video diary in a way anyway. And I know that I have personally enjoyed going back and watching old videos of our emotions and our feelings as we've been going through other things in the past from our old videos. And so, you know what, we're sharing what we want to share, and this is what we're sharing today. And if you were just here for the budget stuff, we're about to talk about that. Guess what?
Got current.
Our Get Current is full! So that's $13,900 that we have been able to pay off and get that taken care of. So like, Get Current is current. Everybody's car tags are done. Our mortgage is caught up on. So that is like an amazing feeling.
I think we got a place where we can hang this too. We'll have to do that.
I'm gonna frame that and like put it somewhere, because that was like, you busted your butt to sell all that stuff, and
I still need to
done.
get more stuff on the Facebook Market.
Yes. So on top of what we were all just talking about before that, we're also doing all this debt stuff in the meantime. It's hard looking at that one, knowing because of our inability to make smart decisions at some points, we could have put that $13,000 towards everything in our baby steps up to the top 2 things. So, I mean, not our baby steps, our Snowball.
Yeah.
But anyway, regardless, it's $13,000 that we've paid off. We've also, so if you know anything about the way that we're paying off our debt, is we're doing the Dave Ramsey method. I don't think I've ever said, because we have people keep asking about this, we do have our emergency fund in place, the $1,000 emergency fund. We have always had an emergency fund. That is one thing that I have like personally made sure to keep there since the beginning of us doing Dave Ramsey. Like, it's never, if it ever got below $1,000, it was for like a day or something when we were being irresponsible and like to cover between paydays or something. But it's mostly stayed well over $1,000, you know, a few $1,000s over that. But definitely we've always kept $1,000 in that. So we had that starting out.
Yeah.
So that's taken care of. So we're on baby step 2. And the way you do that is you list out all your debts, smallest to largest, and you pay them in order of smallest to largest. You don't look at interest rates. You don't look at payments or whatever. You make minimum payments on everything except the smallest one. I feel like, as much as I'm like, well, now we can start on the smallest one since we got current, but we've actually had to be making minimum payments. Some of them don't require minimum payments because they're like medical bill or a bill to, like, one was getting the golf cart fixed, and it was just like an invoice that we need to pay, things like that. But the ones that we have had to make minimum payments on, we've had to keep making.
Yes.
So along the lines with that, as we've gotten current,
coloring more stuff.
Cullen's coloring in our Detris, we have paid a total, on top of the Get Current money, we paid a total of $17,800, no, let me start off. We have paid a total of $17,883. That's a lot of money that we've paid. Like, that's counting the minimum payments towards things that we've had to make minimum payments towards. And I know we've talked about this previously too, that there's still gonna be interest. So like, that doesn't necessarily, say on our $39,000 credit card, that doesn't mean that we have actually paid, say, I think we paid $2,500 towards that one. Doesn't mean we've actually paid that much or gotten rid of that much because of the interest that's been added to it. So obviously that's the point of going through the Snowball as quickly as you can to get rid of those things so you're not paying those interest payments too. But we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things in our debt Snowball. We actually have one that was the 3rd thing on the list that we had to go ahead and pay all of it. So that one's done.
There's our Detris update too.
There's our Detris update.
35 blocks colored in.
We haven't even written in the totals. I need to write those and take a picture of it.
So each piece is $500.
$500 for each of those pieces. The total, each level is $2,500. So once we color in this whole $25,000 for each level. And the total debt is $100,044.07.
Oh, I can't wait to beat this game. It'll go from black and white to color. It'll just be like,
will be
2020.
Sadly, our credit card ones aren't getting colored in as quickly because they're at the tops of the thing. So we only have them colored in a little bit. If you want to know where we got those charts, these charts are from debtfreecharts.com. You can go follow her on Instagram. Y'all are the ones who mentioned her to me, and so I went and checked out her page and I was like, oh my gosh, these are so cute. And she has them for all kinds of things. I'm really excited about once we get the debt and stuff paid off, you can do one for like
a house,
saving money instead of paying off debt. So for a house or for like date night or whatever else. And so you're like making your little things of like, we're making this money instead of giving it to somebody else. That's the point of being debt free.
That's gonna be better.
Yes. So that's our debt update right now. We're getting pretty close to March, which like, what the heck? I swear we just did the February budget. It's almost time to plan for the March budget. And at the end of February, we will do again our comparison between February 2019 and February 2020, which we did that. If y'all missed that video, go check that out, that we compared January to January of last year. And it was incredibly eye-opening.
It's crazy.
Like if you feel like you need to get your finances in order and you wonder how to get motivated to do that, go look at your previous year and add up how much you spent on groceries, eating out, like the different categories. Ours was insane. So we want to do it every month.
We talked about this on the podcast that'll go up tomorrow, but about like babysitting.
You and your sister.
Me and my sister. Everyone, don't tell mom. Me and she had her birthday party yesterday, and she was just talking about the cost of like going to Let's Play, which is like a little jumpy place, versus this other place was $100 cheaper than that or something. And she's like, and we spent like $250 on a 1-year-old, or would have spent $250 on a 1-year-old birthday party. I was like, we've talked about this on our debt videos, like just looking back at how much we used to spend frivolous. I can never do it.
Frivolously.
And Corey was like, next year, we're just gonna get a big barbecue and I'm just gonna spray everybody with a hose.
And those are the best kind of birthday parties.
I was like, look at us, we went to Splash Pad this past year. Because we started realizing like, we can't do $500 for a kid's birthday party.
And I mean, we could, but there's no reason to.
Right.
Like Brooks's first birthday party, I think we had calculated it at one point. I don't even remember. But it was, I mean, at least $1,500. It was ridiculous. It was just really ridiculous.
That doesn't even include presents.
No, and that doesn't include the presents, and it doesn't, and it was interesting after we talked about that. I saw several people say like, yeah, it was about after Brooks's first birthday party. Y'all moved into the house in April, gave y'all till Brooks's first birthday party, and then I stopped watching because we could just tell that y'all weren't yourselves. And I mean, on Gaines's first birthday party, we made it a big to-do, and we did spend probably more money than we should have on it, but it was at our house. Well, Brooks's was too. But it was at our house, and it was still, it was excessive, but it wasn't
we didn't
to
have
the level of his.
God making balloon animals there.
Right. It was a whole different mindset, and we were still on a little bit of budget mode, but it was also, we had 2 miscarriages before her, and then she was our like rainbow miracle baby. And I feel like the first birthday party is more a celebration for the parents, honestly.
That's what he said on the
than
podcast.
For the kids, because you're like, I survived the first year.
Yes.
So we wanted it to be nice, more, you know, for just the celebration. Then she didn't obviously care. She's a year-old. So lots of lessons learned recently in our lives. Okay.
Sorry, I've just been kind of blah. I've already done an hour-long podcast and just am hurting. I'm ready to get in the bathtub and edit this video.
Drained, and then don't wash yourself down the drain. Yeah, so I think Cullen's gonna go get in the bathtub and edit this video. I'm gonna go do some more work stuff and then pick up the kids and let you just have a minute to yourself. Because I think you need it. I mean, you've been non-stop.
It's been crazy.
It's been non-stop. So
and I'm just constantly thinking about the next things, like these merch ideas and everything else.
I know, it's so hard because I'm like, I have a million other work things I want to do right now.
And watch, we're gonna get a showing request here in 5 minutes.
Don't be mad.
I'm not mad, I'm just saying, like,
no, I know. It's hard to not be able to fully plan out your day. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. We just kind of wanted to make this video to just kind of update on everything, where everything stands, restart now that Gaines is better, get our track rolling back down the track. Choo-choo train.
We need to take her to go pick out her umbrella or something.
Oh yeah, we still gotta do that. That's a whole different story. I feel like we have so many things to talk about. But stay tuned. Like I said, end of the month is coming. We're gonna do the monthly comparison. We've got the March budget coming up and paying off some more debt with some more paychecks coming in. So we're excited.
Y'all's journey is going well too.
Yep.
Get your crayons out, start coloring stuff in.
If there's anything that we haven't talked about or that y'all have questions about that you'd like us to talk about, let us know in the comments and we'll try to answer those in the next video.
Thanks for watching.
See what I do best. Get you inside. Bye.
I wasn't really asleep.
Oh, I was. Did I just fall asleep?